Hey everyone, welcome to the Game Center podcast. I'm your host Tega, and I'll be joined by two of my very good friends. Edmond, how are you doing?
Well, Tega, I'm fine. I'm buzzing. I can't wait for this episode. Like I said, I missed the last episode due to one or two technical issues, but so since then I've been waiting for this episode to come. So I'm actually very glad to be here with you.
Yeah, it's nice having you. It's nice having you back. Like you said, you did miss the fifth episode of the podcast, which was a bit much fun, but we had lots of discussions with Williams, and we also had to do on the show. It was a very fun show. Rume, how are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm good. I've been following this podcast for some time now, and I'm actually excited to be part of it today.
Yeah. Yeah, you're very much welcome. It's your first time on the show, and I'm really glad that you have time to talk to us today. How have you been, Edmond, since the last time?
Since the last time we spoke, I think a lot of things have happened. There have been this election palaver. The Champions League has taken place. A lot of things have happened. About personally, I'm good. I think in my personal life, everything has been going well. Well, I think so. We're getting close to the end of my passing out, so I'm buzzing. I'm happy for that. I'm excited for that.
When do you pass out again?
Next month.
Next month.
I think second week. So yeah.
Okay, so for everyone wondering, when we talk about passing out, it's not dying. It's actually passing out from NYC. Room, is that the same thing for you, or are you?
No. I'm currently serving right now, but I'll be passing out in September.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you still have a very long way to go.
September is not long. It's only long when you look at it on paper, but in reality, it's not long at all.
It's longer.
September is like 9 months from now, or is it 9 months or 7 months from now? So that's 19 times 7. That's a lot of money. So it's long in terms of money.
I love money. You're speaking like I'm saving the money. It's still daily upkeep now. So as the money is coming, it's going. It's the same thing. That's actually true.
Plus, we all know that the 19.8 is barely enough. It's not nearly enough. You've been in the system, Tega. You should not be talking like that. Come on.
Yeah, I think after serving, my 19.8, I didn't have the cover left, so it's not money anyway. Let's kick off the show with let's start with a very hot topic. Let's start with the EFL Cup. We had Chelsea play Manchester City, and I would like to talk about the whole match in general and everything that happened from 0 minutes to 90 minutes to 120 minutes. But the main thing that we should really talk about for me is the Kepa situation. I mean, he was supposed to come off the pitch, and he totally refused to come off the pitch. Edmond, what do you think about that situation?
Well, there were a lot of memes and lots of bans on Twitter about the issue, but it's actually disgraceful. I felt it was disgraceful. It's totally wrong. It's appalling. It's embarrassing. It's just disobedience of the highest order. I mean, because why? For a lot of people may look at it and think, because I heard a couple of Chelsea fans trying to defend him and be like, okay, Sarri wanted him to come off, but he didn't want to come off because he was fit, and then Sarri saw that he was fit, so he let him go. But then there's this issue that maybe we also what Van Gaal did in the World Cup, I think 2014, where towards the end of the game he brought in a new goalkeeper too, and they ended up winning that game. Plus Caballero is actually a very good penalty stopper. You understand what I'm saying? So he's a better penalty stopper than himself. So blatantly just refusing to come off like that, I felt it was just embarrassing and disgraceful. Plus, I don't know what the situation is like at Chelsea, and I think Sarri has come out to say there is no issue or whatever it is. But if he's a strict manager like the likes of Sir Alex Ferguson or Pep Guardiola, you can bet that his Chelsea career is almost gone, because he will not be in the first team anytime soon. Okay. So that's why I felt it was wrong, but it's what's happening with this recent view of in football, where a lot of players are having so much power that in a way they are the ones kind of like controlling, because you can't do that to Sir Alex Ferguson during his time. Alex Ferguson, he pursued Roy Keane out of the club. Roy Keane was the captain and he was a very good player for Alex Ferguson, but because he was undermining Ferguson, he left. You get what I'm saying? So you as a player playing for a football club, you are under the directives of your coach. If your coach say put your head under the field, you put your head under the field. If your coach say come outside of the pitch, you come outside of the pitch. So I don't understand what Kepa was thinking. That's my own view.
Okay, because Morrison Sarri, after the game, he came out to say this is his own statement now. He said it was a big misunderstanding. I understood he had a cramp and did not want and I did not want the goalkeeper to be involved in the penalty in that physical condition. I only realized the situation when the medical team came to the bench. He was right in the wrong way. Sarri was just saying that Kepa had a cramp and he did not actually want him to play the penalty shootout in that kind of situation when your goalkeeper has a cramp. So it's better to have Caballero, who is 100% fit and much obviously the
experience
stopper than Kepa to play. But Kepa was actually fit, and according to the medical staff, Kepa could continue. So that was where the misunderstanding was actually from. That's what Sarri said, that there was a misunderstanding between his medical team and himself. He thought Kepa couldn't play anymore, while the medical team came to tell him that Kepa could play. But the whole situation had already started in the pitch when Kepa was already pushing, telling. He couldn't even, for me, I feel the best thing Kepa would have done was to go to Sarri and explain the situation to him instead of doing what he did on the pitch. Rume, what do you think about the situation?
First of all, let me just say I'm a Chelsea fan, so maybe I'm probably going to sound ever so slightly biased in my opinion here. But before I give my input on this, let me just say I don't support what he did at all. As in, it is wrong. What explanation he gave, because he after the match the next day, I think he posted a long
statement,
meaning what happened and what happened. That explanation did not still go down well with me. No matter what happened, it was wrong. So that being said, now we still have to understand the dynamics of what went down that day. When I was watching the match, I mean, when the whole thing started playing, it was just very messy. I could not even look safe. It was just very, very messy.
Embarrassing is the word. It was embarrassing.
but from the explanation of this, what actually happened was that they started Sarri told Caballero to start warming up while he was on the floor. They were treating him for a cramp or something. So he got up and he saw Caballero warming up, as in wanted to wanted to come in for him. So it was like, as in, waving to the bench that he was okay. He started very, very, very calmly, like he was okay. Sarri still wanted him out. It was like everything started developing from one thing led to another, and Sarri got very angry and everything. But what I just want to say is that I don't think it is a situation of like Edmund said, 2014 World Cup when Van Gaal wanted Krul in for penalties. I don't think, because that was the situation, they would have discussed it in training and it would just be a simple solve. Exactly. So it was clearly a misunderstanding. He thought he thought it was being solved because he was injured and he was trying to signify that he was fine. And he's like, what should I say now? His youth played a very significant part in that. A more mature keeper will probably walk down, as you said, and try to talk things to the coach. But he stood where he was and he started screaming, he started getting angry. So his youth probably played a significant role in how messy the whole situation became. But in the end, I think they handled it was Sarri himself and he himself with the press conference and everything. It's not nice at all. It was a messy situation, but we've just tried to put it past us now.
Yeah, because for me, I feel Sarri also has a huge blame in the situation because he should have stood his ground. If he really wanted Caballero on for Kepa, he should have stood his ground. And when he was filming, he shouldn't have walked because at a point it looked like he was walking towards the dressing room. If when he was filming, he shouldn't walk towards the dressing room. He should walk towards the field. It is because he should have. He's the manager of the club. He should have stood his ground and obviously, this is the last thing Sarri wants. Because he has been on his neck. The last time he lost 6-0 to Manchester City, he lost to Manchester United 2-0 in Stamford Bridge, and the whole fans turned against him. This is the last thing he wants, another scandal by your own goalkeeper.
Yes.
I think he handled it fully. Edmond, what do you think about? Because I think another person who deserves a huge blame in this situation is Cesar Spilicueta. I mean, he's the captain. He should have done something, either going to Sarri to explain and going to Kepa to explain something. The captain should have done something. Don't you think, Edmond?
Obviously, because you cannot tell me that during the time of the likes of John Terry, Frank Lampard, Peter Cech, Didier Drogba, and co, that this kind of situation will happen. So it's just what was David Luiz doing? David Luiz looks more like the leader in the team.
But
that's what I'm saying. It just shows a lack of leadership in the club, and it's what Sarri is always complaining about in his press conference, and sometimes when he questions their mentality and their motivation. Say this type of players are difficult. So there's just something wrong. There's just something wrong in the team that I feel they need to sit down and sort, because it was not just pretty. I don't think I've ever seen that kind of situation happening since I've been watching football.
Okay, Rumi, I say Chelsea fan now. Do you feel Kepa should be dropped because Chelsea played Tottenham on Wednesday in the Premier League? Do you think Kepa should be dropped because of this incident, or do you think it should all be business as usual? Should play in the next game?
Yes, I don't think he should be dropped at all. I don't think they should even consider dropping him because there is no positive that will come out of it. There's no positive that will come out of it. The only positive you might think of saying will come out of dropping him is enforcing discipline. But I don't think that it's not going to achieve any form of discipline at all. Doing that, it's just going to be negative for us because clearly Caballero is not as good a goalkeeper as Kepa is. That's number one. So dropping him, we're ultimately shooting ourselves in the foot.
I think another person that I really put in this situation is Caballero, because he just stood on the touchline and he was just clueless. He didn't know whether to come in. He just stood there confused. He didn't know whether to come in, whether to go back to the bench and sit down. And he's a very nice guy. Caballero is a very nice guy. So yeah, I don't think.
And the youth. That's what we're telling maturity. I see how Kepa handled the situation and see how Caballero handled the situation. Just kept quiet, and when he saw that he wasn't getting in, he went back to sit like a normal person should. That's the difference between maturity. That's why I said Kepa's youth played a significant role in his outburst and his behavior. These things happen. The players learn. They tend to learn from this kind of thing. Hopefully. He'll handle himself better in upcoming situations.
Yeah, I think I agree. I agree with Rume saying that dropping him is going to create more negative press and more negative vibe. How long are you going to drop him when you know that Caballero is not as good as he is? You get, so maybe it's an issue that should be settled internally. So dropping him is going to be bad. It's going to cause more harm than good. But Chelsea,
we really talked much about this Kepa situation. We've actually even forgotten that Manchester City actually won a trophy. So let's talk about Manchester City. Rume, what do you think about Manchester City? I mean, they're on course for the quadruple. That's 4 trophies this season. And they won one now, remaining 3 to go. What do you think about Manchester City at the moment?
Yes, they are very, very good at the moment. Very, very good. And should I say a large percentage of that work is down to Guardiola. He's a very brilliant coach. But yes, they're in pole position to take maybe 3 out of 4 things.
44. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think they take all. I don't think they will take all, but they are in good position to take maybe 3 out of the 4. And everything is no. Let me say everything is down to Guardiola, but a large percentage of everything that is going to be down to him. He has taken his time to. He has gone through the bad periods because his first season at City was, should I say, it was not just up.
For his standards, yes, it was poor.
And the thing is that they even at this stage for Guardiola, when he was at this stage, Sarri had more win than Guardiola had on his first season at the. But the thing is that you see what Manchester City as a club is reaping now. They are reaping investments, and most importantly, they are reaping patience. That's the thing, patience, and they are investing.
But then, Rume, then sorry to cut you short. Can you hear me? But okay. To be fair, is easier to be patient with a serial winner, somebody that has a product of his work to show you that, okay, see, this is what I have delivered. But how do you get patient with somebody that has not won anything?
Okay, to try to
understand what I'm saying.
Understand what you're saying.
Edmond, in a way, you are very right. You're very right in that situation. But I feel Sarri did well at Napoli. He did well at Napoli, considering that he had the highest amount of points in Serie A without actually winning the league. So I think Sarri also should be back. If that's what the conversation is about. But over 120 minutes, who do you think was the better team between Manchester City and Chelsea? Because I feel Chelsea was a better team over 120 minutes, and I feel they deserve to win the game, in my opinion. Edmond, who do you feel was a better team over 120 minutes?
I felt City were better.
Are you serious?
I felt they created more chances. They controlled the game better. They did not just, plus they had 2 crucial injuries that went against them, Fernandinho and Laporte.
Yeah.
Plus I felt they had the better chances. Kudos to Chelsea, considering the trashing that they got at the head here a couple of days. So they much improved performance, but it's still not enough. But they tried. They did well for themselves.
Speaking about injuries now, that was a good segue to move into the Liverpool versus Manchester United game, which ended goalless. Which I don't know whether to say it was shocking. That the match.
It was disappointing. It was shocking. It was annoying. It was a rubbish game. I was so pissed off.
I mean, what's happening with Mohamed Salah and Liverpool front three?
It's Mohamed Salah and Liverpool. Sorry, but I've always been saying it on this podcast that they are not going to win anything. They are not going to win. They don't have the experience. They don't have that collective experience as a club to be able to go through this title running. They are struggling to score goals now. That's the new one that is happening with them. Against Bayern Munich, they were poor.
Yeah.
In the final third against Manchester United. Now, Manchester United had 3 injuries, 3 substitutions in the first half.
Yeah.
That's a perfect opportunity for you to go at them because their game had changed. You get their first players. Herrera is a crucial player in Manchester United right now. The moment Herrera went, that's a good opportunity. Klopp did not even make positive changes early enough. You get So these they are away games, they are away records against the big clubs is what is going to cost them because now they've drawn to Arsenal, they've drawn to Chelsea, and they've drawn to Manchester United. They lost to Man City. The only big away game that they've won this season was against Tottenham, and in that game they went with only one deep line. The deep line midfield, I think that was Henderson. You get. But now Klopp is a little bit more conservative. He is restricting let me not put it like restricting, but when you watch them playing, they are not the Liverpool of the early seasons when they were attacking you from literally all angles. Salah is not attacking you, Mane, but now it's almost like so. To be fair to them, I felt they could have gone for the game and they could have won it, but they were just too reserved. So it's almost like they were playing for a point. And to be fair to Man, it was a good point considering the injuries.
Okay, so Robert, after the game, Klopp came out again. You know, Klopp is always used to giving excuses. If it's not the wind, it's the pitch. If it's not the pitch, it's the rain. If it's not the rain, it's a pigeon. If it's not the pigeon, it's the snow. And after the match, he came to give another round of what I would call useless excuses that it was Manchester United's substitutions that cost Liverpool the game. I mean, Remy, what do you think about that excuse?
When I was seeing it on Twitter, they are bringing the funny side of his talks. Yes, he gives a lot of excuses, and that one when in plain sight. Imagine saying they drew the game because of Manchester United, because of their injuries. They say they disrupted their. In plain sight, it sounds funny, but he actually has a point. The injuries that happened. How many injuries first half alone? I think it was 3.
Yeah, three. But I feel in every game, yeah, substitutions must be made, and 3 substitutions must be made in every game. So him saying because they made substitutions, it disoriented Liverpool's game. I do not understand because in fact it was so bad for Manchester United. It was so bad for Manchester United that they had to bring in Alexis Sanchez. It was that bad for Manchester United.
Yes. See, but joke aside, I think what he was trying to say is okay. Look at United after those injuries. After they made their stuff, definitely they will change their game plan. The players they brought out and the players that came in, definitely they will change their game plan. And I think that's what Klopp was trying to refer to. That the injuries in itself, the substitutions disrupted the game flow, but but after that, the game plan itself, as in what they expected United as a club, what they prepared for them as a player, with those things changed within game.
Rume, I want to ask you one question. You are trying to defend Klopp. I get. Will a coach like Guardiola make that kind of excuse? If Guardiola was the manager of Liverpool, they have made 3 substitutions in the first half to change their gameplay, what is he going to do?
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying since they said so that is absolutely right or something. I'm just saying because everywhere I see news about what he said and everything. They just bring out the funny side of it as in like a joke, and it's getting it's almost silly. It's almost silly now. But I'm just trying to say that when you look at it critically, you know that those things they actually disrupted their plans. But yes, a good coach is supposed to adapt, supposed to the thing now is what's next? It has happened. What next? How do you combat this situation? And that's where I believe he failed. A better coach in a different situation will actually use those things to his advantage and kill.
To his advantage, you capitalize. They were there for the taking, man. They are playing without Alexis Sanchez. Sorry, with Alexis Sanchez. That guy is a ghost walker. Literally, you understand what I say? They play with Pereira who is shaking his last game. They collected the ball off him to go and score only. So he's not there confidently. He's not in a good moment. You understand what I'm saying? You capitalize on them.
Let's talk about someone who capitalized on this weekend, which is Lionel Messi scoring his 50th career hat-trick and a ridiculous performance against Sevilla. Boris, he sounded excited. I'll let you start on this.
You used the right word, ridiculous. I mean, what a performance, guys. See that man, Messi. See. I don't get tired of talking about, but I'm running out of words to describe how good that guy is. So it was ridiculous, really. The first goal was just sublime. The volley left.
Yeah.
The second goal, I think the second goal was my best because it was his right foot and I was not expecting it at all. So when the goal went, I'm like, what the you get? And then the chip for the third goal was just so. I'm like, no, this guy is just a madman. The way he just think the ball slightly over the goalkeeper and then the assist for Suarez was just the way he puts it on his chest and just caution this for the out of sort Suarez, but really Messi is something else. Well, my prayer now is just for him to carry this form to the Champions League, because I think his past two performances have not been so good. Before this one, the one against Lyon, it wasn't bad, but by standard, it wasn't so good. Since the injury against I think Valencia at home, he has not been up to his usual self. So I just hope that this Sevilla performance is a ton of good fortune, because boy, we need it, man. We need it. That guy is something else.
Okay, for me, I feel Barcelona are in a bit of trouble, because let me get my points across. Because every Barcelona game I watch, or any Barcelona game I look at, is always Messi. Messi doesn't turn up, like you said, against Lyon, it was 0-0, and Messi did not turn up in the game. No other player could turn up. If Messi doesn't turn up for Barcelona, it's either Messi or nobody at the moment for Barcelona. And for me, I think it's a very big issue for a club like Barca. Rumi, what do you think about this situation?
Yes. That's the issue everybody's raising. But still, how old is Messi now? He's 33. He's 31, going to 32. Yeah. He's still. That's the way. When normal, Edmund knows I'm not a Messi fan, but that does not mean I don't speak the truth when I say it. So he's 31 going 32, and the way that guy is playing now, he can play till 35, 36 in this Barca team and still be out. Let me not say as effective, almost as effective as he is right now. The only thing is maybe you can drop him a bit deeper, but he's still going to have that impact. If you watch him nowadays, he does not play like the youthful Messi who once knew. But now, it's almost as if he has more impact now in the way he plays, the more laid back approach he uses to play now than when he was running and taking ball on every time. It's almost now as if he has more impact, much more control on the game, dictates how the game should be right now, the way he's playing. And I think he can do this for another 4 or 5 years. And that's enough time for any reasonable club to start thinking for the future. They're already trying different things. Obvious with some of their signings, and right from the Neymar signing, they've been experimenting different. They just want to get that formula to replicate this magic that they did some years ago. And I think it's in their gene. Barcelona already, they will definitely find. They'll definitely
find. And to be fair to Dembele, I feel like this season he has really come off, and he has been very, very.
He's on and off.
He has been listen, that's the thing. He has been very, very effective when he's fit. But the issue he's having right now is that he just came back from injury now. He was having a very good rhythm, good period before he went on injury. And I think this is his second game. The Sevilla, he changed the game against Sevilla when he came. Yeah. If you saw the game, you'll see that so he's becoming a little bit of a difference maker in the team. So he just needs to keep himself fit. Then that guy is going to do wonders. Obviously not as well as Messi is doing it, but not 50 career hat-tricks. It's outrageous. I think out of the 50, I think only about 13 or 14 are with penalties. So the remaining 30 something are clean goals. It's just that guy.
While we're still on the good parts of Barcelona, which is Messi, I think defensively also Barcelona has a lot to be scared about, because Piqué made a lot of mistakes against Sevilla. Umtiti also made a couple of mistakes, but I'd like to give Umtiti a pass because he's just coming back from injury. In the Champions League, when they get to play the second leg, I think they should be wary about those kind of mistakes they make in defense, because just one or two mistakes, and Lyon could compound on those mistakes and maybe defend better than Sevilla did.
Definitely, but there will be no fairy tale at the Camp Nou against no. It's going to be a clean soup 4-1.
Let's talk about Real Madrid. Romeo, what do you feel about their performance over the weekend? They won Levante 2-1 with 2 penalties, one from Benzema, one from Gareth.
I saw the La Liga officials at it again. That was just how do I put it? Pure rubbish. Pure rubbish. I support Madrid. Okay, I support Madrid in Spain purely because I want. If okay, let me just say I support anybody that is trying to rival Barcelona. So, yeah, so I watched the match and but the truth is that we can't say much for the first pen because it wasn't very clear if his hand was outside the box or inside the box, or his foot body was definitely inside the box, but his arms, it wasn't very clear if it was outside the box. But that second pen, I don't know, this is all subjective because it's based on what I saw. That should not be a penalty. With or without VAR, it should not be a penalty. And for a controversial decision like that, for the referee not to go himself to check the replays, he just listened over the phone and he just gave the penalty straight after not giving it initially from his own assessment. Yeah. So when called, I think something controversial, I should have gone check for himself. And I'm sure if he had done that, I doubt he would have given the penalty there. But still, 3 points is 3 points. That's what they came for. And generally,
we forgot.
All I want to say is that don't worry. They shall be exposed like passport negatives. They are playing Barcelona. They are playing Barcelona 2 legs.
Another team that I talked about last week was Tottenham, and I was telling Williams and Todimo on the show last week that we should be careful about Tottenham because they know how to bottle things a lot. They are experts at bottling things, and you shouldn't be surprised if Dortmund are able to get a comeback with them in the Champions League. But in the Premier League over the weekend, we saw them lose to Burnley 2-1, which was very surprising. And I don't even know how to call it surprising, but it's Tottenham. They just are Spursy. Edmund, what do you think about that game?
The game was very, like you said, it's not really surprising because number one is Tottenham, but number two, credit to Burnley because they have been very, very, very good. They are unbeaten in the last 8 games, which is a tremendous record for them because we all know how Burnley have been since they came to the Premier League under their manager. They've been difficult to beat. It's always terrible playing them. Anytime Arsenal wants to play them, I'm always scared. And last season they drew with Man City 1-1 in their home. You know, they have this but this season they've been very poor. So I think up until the point where Tom Heaton came back and the manager decided to replace Joe Hart with him. So I think for me that was the turning point because I was watching on TV a couple of days ago. I was watching his interview and he said they've tried everything, they've changed everything apart from the goalkeeper. So he thought, okay, let me change the goalkeeper, and he has changed it. You know, he is the captain normally. Yeah, he's their original captain, and he has come into the team and he has unbeaten. They are the only man before Liverpool. They went to Old Trafford and they almost won there. They were 2 goals up with I think 8 minutes to go. Yeah. So then beating Tottenham, I was not really surprised to be very fair, because they are a good team and their position this season is not really reflecting where they should. So I'm not surprised with Tottenham, guy. We said it, they are butlers. They are butlers. I said they will give Coca-Cola a run for their money with their bottling. Because if
rumor, they are your neighbors, they are London neighbors, Chelsea neighbors. What do you think about Tottenham?
Yeah. I've actually been very, very impressed with them, especially from the period Kane got injured and they had a couple of injuries, and everybody were thinking this is where their season finally capitulates. They handled that period, especially take away this volume, but the way they handled from when Kane got injured up to now has been very, very, very impressive. Very, very impressive. Their results in the Premier League, and it's not just about the results in Premier League, it's how they win. Many of the matches, the winning goals were coming after the 88 minutes. After the 88 minutes, they will keep pushing, and everything, a good percentage of that has been down to. Guy is probably in the form of his life as in right now. is pulling all this strength. Man.
Son human.
Because you're raving about Tottenham. There's something that actually puzzles me about Tottenham, and I would like to ask you: do you feel Tottenham as a team, or not as the individual players, but as a team? Do you think they are afraid of success? Because anytime you get close to actually maybe winning something or getting on a good run that can make them actually challenge for the league, they end up just making mistakes or bottling it. So do you think as a team they have this bad mentality in which everybody in that team is just afraid of being or winning something or being successful?
I would not put it like that. That as a team they are actually afraid of winning something. What do I would describe it is that there's only so much you can push. Should I say passion and determination? There's only so much you can push passion and Tottenham as a club, they need to spend money if they want to. From this stage that they are, they just need one more step to get to the stage where they start winning titles, and they have to spend money. They've done so much. Majority of the players in the current squad right now, they are bargain buys or they are academic developed. Many of the players in their present squad. So what I feel they need to do now is just that extra step. They have to take maybe one transfer in the coming transfer window and make a statement that they want to start winning things. They want to start winning. They need to get whoever it is into, and they need to hold on to their assets. This is the wrong time they can think of because of
I think yes, majority of their main players have signed record deals. I think Kane has signed.
They've all signed. Most of them.
You know what I think? You know what I think is their issue. You know what I think? Because you cannot tell me that if Leicester City can win the league in the season that they did, so I feel this Tottenham's team on paper is better than that Leicester team of that year.
That logic cannot work. Everybody.
Okay. Wait, sorry. Okay. But what I feel their biggest issue is they are not afraid of success. No, but I don't feel anybody. But when they get close, the pressure becomes too much. My PE teacher will say, my PE teacher will say the prayer. She doesn't call it pressure. Say prayer. See, the prayer is too much and they cannot cope. When the pressure is too high, that's when all those silly mistakes. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what they need is a cool head in those crucial periods. Because most times they get to the semi-final. They've gotten to the semi-final of the FA Cup. Most of the season, I think 2 seasons ago, they were the closest. The season Leicester won, on paper, Arsenal took second, but they were the ones that were closer to Leicester. They were the better team in the league that season.
Yeah.
You get even this what they are doing this season too is tremendous because they've not signed any player, both in August and in this January.
Well, it's
no
also
single player.
It's also Edmund. It's also what I say about Tottenham and Pochettino in general, because there's always this already made excuse anytime Tottenham. Anytime Tottenham messes up, there's always already made the excuse for Pochettino and Tottenham. They don't have money, they didn't sign players. There's always this excuse for them. I think they need to break out from this excuse about they didn't sign players, so they don't have money or this and that.
That's what Roma is saying, that they need to take that next step. They need to take that next step of saying, okay, we are finally ready to win. Then you make 2 statement buys. I think they are just too big signings away from actually competing.
Yeah. To emphasize more on that point, it's like saying, okay, let me take an example of a team that is actually Everton. Say Everton now, which is their present score now. Say, for example, this season, just hypothetically, Everton finishes 3rd in the league. Yeah. Next season, 4 players, they finish 3rd. Next season, they finish 4th. They do that for 3 years. You know that after that 3 years, the 4th year, these talks about what we're saying about Tottenham now, we're going to start saying it about Everton, that they need to step up. Why can't they win this? Why can't they win? Forgetting where they're coming from and everything. Fine, you cannot measure, you cannot stay on one level forever. But considering the way the club is run, the way they spend money and everything, they are actually being very successful. is that denying that they are actually being very successful. Considering
no wonder Pochettino can say winning a trophy is a luxury. So in a way, they are being qualifying for the Champions League every season and going as far as they are going. In a way, what you are saying is true. And he said that Tottenham is not Manchester United that are used to winning trophies, that are obligated to win trophies.
What is next now? What should we be saying next now? Is will Tottenham, especially with the board, let me not say with Tottenham, with the Tottenham board now, be content with what is going, or they want to take that extra step and become the United, the Liverpool, the City?
I think they are contented. I think they are happy. I think Daniel Levy is happy.
Yeah,
that man is a staunch businessman.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to say, because for a coach to come out and say the team doesn't need to win trophies to be successful, it means the hierarchy as a whole, they are already happy with finishing the Champions League spots, maybe getting to the semi-final of the Carabao Cup, getting to the semi-final of the FA Cup. They are content to just being in the Champions League. For a coach to come out and say that kind of statement, it just shows where their level is at the moment. Let's just quickly, before we round up the podcast, let's quickly talk about Leicester City and Chelsea. We'll end the podcast talking about Chelsea. And Leicester City over the weekend, they sacked their coach, Claude Puel. What do you think about that move?
It was surprising because I think they are 12th in the league.
Yeah,
they are not in danger of falling into the relegation battle, and they are not going to qualify for the Champions League. So I'm probably a little bit surprised, but then we all know how the nature of all these jobs, managerial positions are in the league. Once you can't win in 5-6 games, you are going
in trouble.
You're in trouble. So surprised, but not really surprised. Surprised, but not really shocked. But I don't know. I can't really defend him. I can't really say they should have kept him. I feel they decided, okay. They sacked Ranieri that won them the league title when he was having a rough patch. So not really good for them.
All right, Roman, let's talk about Chelsea. Their transfer ban. What do you make of the transfer ban? So 2 transfer bans. Yeah, so that's the two windows don't be able to sign players. What do you think about the transfer ban, and how will it affect the club in general?
Yeah, okay. The transfer ban, 2 transfer windows. That's this summer and upcoming winter. Yeah. I think there's actually good to get from this. It's terrible at this time. At this time, it's terrible considering because I've always been of the opinion that Sarri inherited the wrong players for his style of play and his philosophy. So I was actually hoping that coming transfer window, if
you get a couple of players,
that the coach himself wants and try and implement him, then after then is when we can actually truly judge him. But this that has happened, so I think Chelsea, it's unlikely to happen, but there's a window here for a slight window here for our youth players. So it's actually a bad thing, but if we want to look at the good things inside, then I think with this banner, Chelsea are definitely going to hold on to Hudson-Odoi. That's our right winger. The guy, he's very young and he's very promising.
Sorry to cut you short, but in a way, in hindsight now, it looks like Chelsea were expecting the ban, so it's part of the reason why they refused to let him go.
Yeah, I do feel it's also what was my train of thought? I feel it's also going to help the club in a way, and to help develop their youth players, because they keep on loading players, everything. They load 100 players every season these days. So
that's what Romeo was saying.
Yeah, and I think Chelsea will also appeal. So if they can stretch the appeal, we know how this appeal goes. They go to court of arbitration, they go to this court, they go to that court. So if they can extend this appeal over the summer, they can get key players. So when the ban fully kicks in, they still have players to. They say they have many players who can help the squad.
That's true. That's true. But I don't think anything is okay. Like you said, the only thing that will come out from maybe a delay, but definitely we're getting banned. If not for 2 transfer windows, maybe 1, but definitely we're getting banned. But that delay is unlikely to happen because we're just closing February and season ends in May. We have July and August before season starts. So there's a very long time from now to then. So in the event that ban is not delayed, we're not actually in as much trouble as people may think. Yes, we managed to hold on to Hudson and we did sign Pulisic in January. So I think although it's not ideal, it's not what I will ask for if you give me options, but we can manage as a club to make it start.
Very quickly, you two. How does it affect Eden Hazard's situation?
Yeah, it does. In the sense that Chelsea will not be willing to sell Hazard now because this transfer.
We all know he has made a decision, but we don't know what it is. But my guess is that he is going to leave. I mean, if he was not going to leave, I think that's a 6-0 spanking. The club directed his thoughts.
Yeah, the club will be foolish. For I know Chelsea at the moment is a badly run club, in my opinion. At the moment, they're a badly run club, so it will be bad in this transfer ban to even sell Hazard, no matter what it is. It's better to lose Hazard on the free, in my opinion, than selling with this likes of Pedro, Willian, Rob. Imagine you could see Willian at the end of the EFL final, he was laughing. A player that plays for Chelsea laughing with Guardiola after losing the final. So
wait, I don't see anything wrong in Williams laughing. First of all,
because Guardiola, it's not as if he was on his own and he went to meet Guardiola and started making jokes with him. Guardiola came to meet him and he obviously said something funny and he had to give him audience now and he laughed.
What can be funny when your team just lost? I mean, it's for me, it's a total disrespect. It's a clueless one. It's cancelled, in my opinion. Welcome the listeners to Extra Time. On Twitter, there was this very huge debate. I saw Edmund, I saw you especially going head to head with everybody that plays PES, calling them, they was calling them all sorts of names because they play PES. What is the obsession of people that play PES? Because I play PES, for me, your opinions are rubbish.
Wait, first of all,
yeah,
I don't know why people compare PES with FIFA. PES is too easy. It is too easy. That's my problem with it.
How is it easy? I play PES and it's one of the hardest things.
No, okay, I don't know about you, but my footballing, my gaming knowledge and my gaming experience, I started playing PES. You understand? Everybody play PES in PS2.
PS2 days are old days.
Everybody played PES in PS2, and then when the transition came from PS2 to maybe laptop and PS3, it was for me, it was FIFA that I went with. But I was still not very convinced. So I was always still playing FIFA. I played FIFA, I think, up to FIFA 17, FIFA 16. I'm sorry, PES 16, PES 17. But when I started playing it, it was always too easy for me, guys. See, I will play somebody, the scoreline will be ready 8-2, 6-2. Like, see, Tega.
Yeah.
I did not have to think when I played PES. I don't have to. Even till now, all I need to do is just to hold the game for maybe a couple of hours, get used to 1 or 2 of their controls. 2 hours. See, give me 2 hours with PES. Very soon I'll be scoring you 6-7 goals. Even you that plays the PES. FIFA is more technical. It's more realistic. The controls, the settings, the gameplay. Okay. Yeah, I don't even know. That's my own issue with PES. It's too easy. I find it way too easy.
On this PES issue, the problem with this PES and FIFA fanatics is that everyone started with PES. Everyone started with PES in PES 2 days and everything, and so PES was everything we knew about soccer. It was PES. Now, PS3 came out and even when people started playing on DCs and laptop and we started seeing FIFA. We started seeing FIFA. Then I remember the first FIFA I played, FIFA 12, and I played it and I was like, PES is garbage. It's complete garbage. I played FIFA 12, I played 13, and I played 14. PES was going through a very difficult time that time. It was in 14 they finally switched their engine from the one they were using to the Fox engine, the one they used on Metal Gear Solid. So from then they got 14 wrong on the new engine. 14 is probably the worst game I've ever played in my life, PES 14. But from 16 they started patching things up, and I can tell any FIFA player, if you have patience, pick up 18, 19, hell, pick up 17, from 17 up to 19, and start playing the game. Don't play it with the mind that you're playing PES and start playing this game from a neutral point, and you see that this game is actually closer, as close
yes.
Emotion can get to what a real life footballing game is. First, is not easy. That statement is just stereotypical, like saying black people can't swim. It's just stereotypical. First is not easy. You're used to what was obtainable in the past, but things have changed. They've actually worked a lot on the game. Game is not what it was.
Yeah, I do feel you. Thanks for coming on the show. I really do appreciate it. Taking our time.
It's cool. It's exciting. It's exciting on one part to be here. I love the other part of it.
Yeah, we'll get to catch up on the next episode. Do take care of yourself.
All right. You too. Have a nice night.
Yeah, remember. Bye.
Yeah, so let's continue the conversation. Because I feel PES is a very hard game, because I actually have PES 2019 on my laptop, and I'm actually been playing it for 2 weeks now, and it is very very difficult game to master. Sometimes I have to go on YouTube and actually like, what the hell is going on? What can I do to pass? What can I do to score? I'm like a dumb person on YouTube. So I don't know what you guys always say about PES. Please enlighten me.
I've said what I've said, but to be fair, I started playing FIFA. I played FIFA and PS2 when PS2 came out. Then I played FIFA 8 and FIFA 7. You get, but I was always on PS2. I still preferred PS that time. PS that time. But now my issue with PS now is that I've said it before. It's maybe like Romeo has said, I need to actually now go back and replay it with a new and an open mind.
Yeah.
We get. So, but my past experience is that it's too easy. And for those of us that play FIFA very well, whenever we go and play PES, see, you, for example, you that is a very, very good PES player, a very strong PES player, I can come to you after like I said, after 3-4 times of playing, mastering it, I will beat you. Then you will come to FIFA, I will still flog you.
Okay. So I think when we get to see, we'll actually stay the competition like that, because I don't feel it's going to be as easy as you think it is.
It's going to be as easy as you think, because first of all, I'm a PlayStation goddess, because I don't know, maybe I have lots of the results of the competition. Anytime I go, I will play with them Williams, where we play with we bring all their, literally all of us in the compound, we come together and we'll play maybe a cup competition, we'll play a league competition. Yeah. All the competition I have partook in, I have won all. In fact, the last one that we played last year, December, when I went to their place, I played all my games without losing any single match. Okay. All of them there. So don't see. I don't know. I feel like it's one of my gifts. So I'll come and flog you, no matter.
When we actually get to face, I think we'll give the listeners an update on that situation. Let's go to something there that's a bit abstract. Now, that's not really sports related, but since it's extra time, we'll just touch on it very briefly. Let's speak on Jussie Smollet. The whole staging is a hate crime and everything, and I was really disappointed, because this is someone I actually love as an artist, as a music artist. First of all, I love him because his album was actually very, very good, was very great, and his role on Empire too. he also plays a very good role on Empire, and he's doing well as an actor and as a star on a hit television series. So why should he stage as a hate crime, and why would he just go through this whole stress of doing this kind of very, for me, I feel very sociopathic behavior?
I've been asking myself the very same question, and I've not been able to come to an answer, come to a conclusion, because first and foremost, I knew this guy first of all through you, and I don't know if you remember, but you were the one that made me start watching Empire.
Yeah.
There was a period you were just buzzing about it. You're like, the songs are good, the songs are, you just buzzing about the song.
Yeah.
And I remember coming to your hostel then on medical hostel, where you just take the movie, play to your system, and you go to the scenes where they are singing their songs. I'm like, okay, I think I should see this movie. And then I watched it and I fell in love with the movie. So I fell in love with the music. The music was beautiful, and Jussie Smollet, to be fair to him, I think on the show, he's my favorite of all the brothers, because I relate more with his music than I do with Hakim's. Yeah. And I think when his album came out, I saw you posted about it on your status, and I think I wanted to listen to it, but I was not able to. But it's disappointing, and because of what he has done, it has affected his Empire career. Obviously, his career is not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same. And Empire, they've released a statement now saying the last 2 episodes of this season, and he's not going to be present there, which is just going to affect the whole show as a whole, because you're affecting other people's career too.
Right. And
it's just like you said, it's just sociopathic. It's unreasonable. Maybe he's having some psychological issues, or he's having, maybe because there are rumors saying that he wants a higher pay. I don't know, maybe he did it for money, but it doesn't make sense. It's not adding up for me, because it's just sad. And I watched the interview where before the reports of him staging it came up, where he was crying. Where it was like
cringe.
And somebody was like, he's not just an actor in Empire, he's an actor in real life. It's just pathetic, man. It's disappointing, but what to do, and life will go on. I hope if they are able to prove that he did it, if they're able to, I really want him to suffer, because these kind of issues are not something that you joke about. They are too sensitive. Because when real issues, when people that are going to be
actually affected,
it's going to affect them. It's going to, and people are not going to take them serious. So you don't joke about something like that. They should get help, and it should be properly punished.
Yeah, I do hope the situation gets sorted out on time, because the case keeps on dragging and dragging. Let's spend extra time with a quick prediction. At the point of recording this podcast, the INEC collation and announcement of results is still ongoing at the moment. So maybe by the time of releasing the podcast, the results will be out. So let's just make a prediction. Who wins, Atiku or Buhari?
Buhari wins. Buhari is going to win. We all knew Buhari was going to win. We all know Buhari is going to win. So I'm not surprised. I think right now Buhari is leading. So they've not released the Kardashian states.
The KKKs on the wall.
So I think when the Kardashian states comes out, the gap is going to be massive. It's not going to be. People are thinking it's going to be close, but I don't think it's going to be close. Rume will have had more experience, more light to throw on this topic, because he was actively participated in the election as an INEC official through NYC, so he will have had more to say. But me, I did not participate. I was not able to vote because my own PVC, I did it in Warri. There was no way I was going to travel all the way from Warri. So, but I know Buhari is going to win.
Yeah, I do hope. For me, I do hope Atiku can pull off a miracle. At this moment, Atiku needs a miracle. So, just for a divergent opinion, I do hope Atiku can pull off a miracle and he gets to win the election.
I hope he can. I hope he can, for Nigeria's sake. I hope he can.
Anyone, thank you for coming on the show once again. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I really love being here. I mean, I think we should be releasing episodes every day.
You said every day? Is that what you said?
Every day. Yes, every day we just talk football. There's so much things to talk about when we want to talk about football. But I really love doing this, really.
Yeah, we'll get to start recording episodes twice a week at some point. I'm actually working on that.
All right.
Thanks for coming on the show. You take care of yourself.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
All right, guys. That ends the 6th episode of the Main Center podcast. Thank you all for listening in. Cheers.